Okay, we're gonna put some dimensions on this thing here, and what I'm going to do first, I'm going to basically keep this as my working model, as a plan model, and I'm going to create a new version of this by duplicating this thing. There's three options here. Do I duplicate or duplicate with detailing? I will go without detailing, which means it will get rid of some information I don't want, usually textual information, but this is in this case the only textual, well, annotation thing that it's got on here is this arrows here that indicate the slab direction. So I don't want those showing up, so I'm going to just duplicate it without detailing, basically. So see, they're gone. Now I could have done it with detailing and then gone along into my VV or VG and gone off into the annotations and turned off those arrows wherever they are in here somewhere. All right. First of all, I would have to find out what they are. I don't know if you can see where they are now, but I won't waste any time there. But they will be under the annotation category. Okay, so I'll close that there. So they're turned off. Now I can do some dimensioning in here. Now, let's go to the Annotate tab. Okay, so we'll get a lot of, although some of those are actually, are they not in here? I can't see them. I was going to say they're there, but they're not. All right, so we'll go here to, now although we're doing linear dimensioning, in fact, that's not the one commonly used in Revit. We use align. You can use linear as well, but it takes a lot more effort. So you see that a bit later. So we use align to do that. And I'll show you a couple of tricks while we're doing that. If we just first up, we don't require this, but if I go to here, it says I can dimension to the wall centers, or I can dimension to the wall core or faces. I'll go with faces. But then you have individual references here or entire walls. This is quite useful, for example, if you want to dimension the entire wall, but in this case, say, position the windows and doors. So I can go like that, and it says select references, then click in empty space to place dimension. So I can select that wall. There you go. You should always practice before you start picking up the windows. That's the entire wall, but that should have picked up all the windows. What's the options? Hang on. I didn't actually pick this, sorry. So you can do the options. So pick up openings, or width, sorry. So there's one option I didn't pick. Let me just get out of that. Modify and delete that. Let's try it again. So align, and then the options should be set up. So we'll go OK, and basically pick this, and there you go. So it puts everything in for you. All right. While I'm here, I might use this dimension string as a bit of a guinea pig and show you a few other tricks. Okay, so if something was a little bit tight, like in here, I could click on that number, get out of this first, and I can move this text up, just picking it up from the little dot. All right, so bring it up, say, on top of that. Okay, so if I click on there, see how it's got that little arrow thing that comes out? I might not want that to show like that. All right, so if you don't, it's a matter of then picking the little tick here, so there's no leader. Oops, and that didn't happen. So again, it didn't happen. There you go. All right, so that means now that not just that, but all of that, the whole string will work fine without a leader. All right, so you haven't got a choice for some leaders and some not. The whole thing has to be like that. Okay, so what if I didn't want one dimension? Well, that's an interesting concept. Okay, so we'll just go tab here. So, well, I'll make sure I'm not in any command. I go over the top of the bit I want to remove, say that one there, and I go tab, and it highlights that, and I click on it, and then it's a matter of deleting. So that's how you can remove one bit of the dimension. All right. So that's a little bit getting used to. So go over there, tab, grab it, and delete it. All right. So that's that. Sometimes you might make a mistake, so you want to delete it and just re-put another string in there afterwards. All right, so that's that there. I might just get rid of this now. Okay, so now we want a dimension here, so let's go aligned again. Now the way it works this time, we'll get rid of the entire walls, we'll go to individual references, and therefore the options is grayed out. So what we'll do, we click here, then we click to the next stop, which is the internal face there, so it gives us a 250. At this point in AutoCAD we'll be placing this dimension down. We won't be in here, we have to continue on and do the whole thing. Alright, so you carefully, sort of, if you go near enough the face, it will just attach itself to the face. You can see it when it highlights. So just do the whole string like that, and then you can place it afterwards, say there. Okay, so then you can do the overall. Back to annotate. Oh, but they're here anyway, sorry. Still in there. So keep going there. And put the next one up here. I'm not sure what we've got here. Yep, that's it. Put it there. Where do we put this one? That's a good question. Usually I would zoom in and line up and move it down before I place it. But if you want to do it afterwards, you can do that and just move it down until that dot sort of touches that end there. Just by eye is sort of good enough, for my purposes anyway. You know. Now what you can do here is click on this one. Just get out of it. Click it. Then get the little dot there, and just move this out. I might put it on the side and pick that one off. The leader. That's gone. And the same with the other side. This time we shouldn't have to tick it. That's right now. And yeah, you can go through and do the 90s if you need to. Yeah, so that's that. When it comes to doing the side elevations, they can get a bit tricky. So with the 250s on the side, you might have to delete one. We'll just do a couple. Okay, so if we go to that room there, let's do that, to that, to that, and then 2500 goes to the other side, I think. Yeah, and then that's that. So the way we dimension in architecture anyway, or in civil, we try and get the internal strings done first, and they are first on the red first from right. Well, from the model, the inner dimensions are the first ones, just on the perimeter of the model, as you can see there. So we'll do the internal ones first, and we split it, half of our building to the right and half to the left. Alright, so we'll do that and that, and we can place that somewhere around here. And then we can continue on and do now in here there's a string which we have to cover for that bedroom, the overall of this room, the bathroom. So cancel that. Right again. Do that and that. Mix it, I think. Zoom in a bit. There you go. That and that. So you can see if we place this here, if I zoom in when I'm placing it, I can get it pretty right by eye. Right, so that goes there. And the next one is probably this one here. And there and there. And again, I zoom in and I just sort of line it up like that. Okay, so what we've got here, we've got a case where we've got like 3 250s. So we want to get rid of some, so I just get out of the command and tab on top of that and delete that, and tab over that and delete that. And what I can do here, of course I can move this out, start with, and get rid of the tick. And then I can actually drag this up. You can do it by eye, or you can draw some lines to match it up. Probably that's good enough, that sort of thing. Alright, so that's the sort of thing you can do there. Okay, so what else is there? And pretty much the same on the other side, like here, you would drag this up to the other end and that sort of thing. Alright, so that's that one. Now, what else happens here? Now, just check the time on this. Okay, 2 minutes, alright. Alright, so what can we do with that? 2 minutes. A couple of things to show you. Alright, I might leave the dimensions there and I'll just come back and do the other tricky bits in a minute as a separate one.